Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Let's talk about one of the biggest things that will make your relationship last with your woman, or a woman that you may meet that you intend to go the distance with as it pertains to a long-term relationship or marriage, right? So one thing you want to look for in a woman is her ability to just not be lazy, right? Because a lot of girls nowadays, right, they expect everything, right? They want you to be this, that, and whatever else. Funny, charming, 6 figures, 6 foot, right? They want you to have, everything in place, which is totally fine, right? Like, I understand the want for that. But a lot of these girls who are 9s and 10s who have these super high standards, right? You date them and then, they want all these things, right? And maybe you're the guy that can deliver them. But when you go home after a long day at work, you're there and you see her and you ask her to do something. Maybe you ask her to pick something up or organize something or cook something or get you something, and she gives you a side eye or she gives you an attitude or she tells you no, right? And you being a sucker, right? I'm not talking about you watching this, but most guys who are suckers, right, will tolerate that. And they tolerate it because they don't want to lose the girl. They don't want to lose sexual access, right? And she's kind of just there tolerating them, right? So a guy, he's looking at it like, damn, I'm so lucky to get her. She's a 9, she's a 10, right? She doesn't do shit for me, but she gives me that good, right? And then everything, that I talk about as it pertains to being a wife, as it pertains to being in service to you and in service to children and being a caretaker, goes out the window, right? So one thing to make a relationship last and work is for her to be she needs to be doing things. She needs to do things, eventually, without you even telling her to do things, right? And a lot of guys, like I said, they date girls that are addicted to social media. They're addicted to the phone. Like, I think I've mentioned this multiple times, but I'll mention it again. I work with a lot of women, right? And they're just lazy, right? Like, I mean, every woman, every human being is lazy, right? Women are just, I think, a little bit lazier because they don't have a natural proclivity to provide and generate income or resources. But the women like that I've worked with in the past, and like, I literally will be like, hey, can you please do this? They'll do it, but they'll give me a side eye, or they'll be like late to do it. Like, I'll ask them to do it, and then 2 minutes or 5 minutes later, then that's when they get to it, right? So like I said, this is all women, and even my girl, right? Sometimes she has a little bit of tendency to be slow on things, which is fine, like I said, but she does the thing. When I ask her to do something, she does it, right? She doesn't argue with me. She doesn't give me a side eye. She doesn't look at me and say no, or she doesn't do it like resentfully, right? Because some girls, they might do it, but they might, like, if you ask them to make you something, right, they might do it, but they'll do it resentfully, right? And in that way, it's like you don't even want them to do it, because it's like, yo, if you're not happy to be doing it, right, then why are you even doing it, right? So especially as a guy who like wants to be successful, which I'm sure most of you guys are like wanting to be high achievers, right? And once you get to a certain level, right, and as you get older, the looks aren't gonna matter, right? When you have children, or you're doing like advanced things in a business, or you have a very high demanding job where you work long hours, bro, you don't have time to go home and have like your woman just sitting there doing nothing and then giving you a hard time, right? You have so much as a guy, you have so much things to, like, hard things to deal with in the world, in your career, in your business. You have people to deal with. You have negotiations, deals, right? Your investments, like, and you have to keep your fitness up. You have to be competent. You have to constantly improve on your skills, right? The last thing you need is to go home, right, after a 14-hour day, right, or after a long day, and then you come home from the gym, right, and you're hungry. You've busted your ass at work. You busted your ass in the gym. Then you get home and then you ask your girl to do something and she says no, or she looks at you funny, right? That is the biggest letdown as a guy. That's the biggest thing you want to be like, damn, like second to being like promiscuous as a woman, the worst thing you can have is a girl who won't do things for you, right? Outside of intercourse. So I want you guys to really internalize that, and really, as you scope the dating market, or as you deal with girls throughout your years, in your 20s and your 30s, like, I'm telling you, look for girls who you know, they may not be attractive on the outside or as attractive as a 9 or a 10 or girls you see on Instagram or whatever, or TikTok. Like, they may not be those girls shaking their ass who got like great curves and everything, right? But hey, man, I'd rather date a girl who, you know, maybe is like a 6 or 7 and does everything and is happy to be here and is humble and is, you know, cheerful and joyful, than a girl who's like, has just like a mutual like attitude towards you and just like looks at you as like, they look at you as just like a way to keep them company, right? Just to fill the void, right? And then as soon as they get sick of you, or as soon as, you know, someone else comes along, they're gone, right? And if you really internalize that and can associate that type of behavior with like 9s and 10s, you'll start to look at 9s and 10s and be like, yo, I just like, you just repel me. Like, I really, like, there's girls that I come across, and I don't mean it in a resentful or hateful way, but there's just girls I come across and I'm like, yo, like, you suck. Like, really, like, I'll just like look at them and like, they don't even have to say anything. Like, I can just tell, like, I can just tell the way they treat their guy, the way they talk to their guy. Yo, you just suck, right? And I wouldn't even give them a chance, right? So, that's one thing you want to look for in a woman as you get older, and that's one thing you want to, really make like a focal point in your decision making when it comes to making a girl your girlfriend and then making her your wife, right? Because like I said, one of the biggest things that can ruin men is a woman, right? Like, when you really think about a lot of the stupid things guys do, it's mostly because of women, right? When we're single and we're doing our own thing, like, we don't, you know, if we're not going out or we're not dealing with women, we don't spend money like in a dumb way. We don't make dumb decisions, right? But when it comes to women, like, guys just lose all their focus and like vigilance and ability to like think clearly for some reason, right? Like, they let their lower nature overtake them, right? So obviously you want to be attracted, and obviously you can't deny your biological imperative to look for an attractive girl, but you can't let that just control you and overtake the other rational parts of your brain that are telling you like, hey, this girl is just not going to be a good fit for marriage and a long-term relationship. So yeah, guys, that's what you want to look out for in a woman as it pertains to having her be in your life in the long run. I think if you can really like vet women and date women with that goal in mind, and with that way of seeing her and way that you want to see her, I think that you'll have a lot better clarity as to what you can, as to what you'll attract and what you'll be able to withstand in a relationship. I can't imagine, like, just thinking like to myself right now, I can't imagine dating like even like an 8 or 9 who's like just like not happy to be here, and then like when you ask them to help you out with something, they're lazy. Like, bro, think about it. Like I said, you work like these long days, you're highly successful, and then you come home to your girl on Instagram or on TikTok, or she's smoking weed or she's doing something, and it's like, hey man, like, why are you tolerating that? Why are you letting that be something present in your life as an ongoing thing, right? So watch out for that, and make sure that you date girls that aren't lazy. I'm telling you, it'll transform your life, and it'll give you peace of mind, and that's really what men want, you know, deep down. I mean, obviously we want intercourse because we're visual creatures, but we want peace of mind when it comes to our women, right? We don't want to worry about her doing stupid things. We don't want to worry about her cheating, right? Or going out and being over here and being over there. And we want her to do things that support us, support our children, and make our lives better and make her happier, right? Because, you know, women do things, when they do things for their man or when they do things for their children, that's joy. They get joy from that, right? So don't date these women who are you know, just there for intercourse, right? That's a dead end and it doesn't get anywhere. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.